are 43 countries that still have a royal family. The British royal family may be the most famous royal family on the planet, but there are still plenty of other nobles out there. In total, there are 28 royal families who rule over a total of 43 countries around the world, including Japan, Spain, Swaziland, Bhutan, Thailand, Monaco, Sweden, the Netherlands, and Liechtenstein. California is home to the artichoke capital of the world. Castroville is a rural town in California that grows a lot of artichokes and other vegetable crops, thanks to the fact that the area enjoys ideal weather year-round. Because of this, it grows 99.9% of all commercially grown artichokes and has even been nicknamed the artichoke capital of the world. All giant pandas in zoos around the world are on loan from China. The panda at your local zoo may look like it's at home in its cozy sanctuary. But unless you live in China, the pandas that you're seeing are just visiting. That's because every one of the gentle giants in zoos around the world are on loan from China. Yes, they're technically the property of the government of China, according to Vox. The most typical human fits this description. According to a study developed for National Geographic in 2011, the world's most typical person is right-handed, makes less than $12,000 per year, has a mobile phone, and doesn't have a bank account. Canada has 9% of the world's forests. Our neighbors to the north boast 396.9 million hectares of forests, or 9% of all of the forest area in the entire world, according to Natural Resources Canada. The red-billed quelea is the most common bird on Earth. There may not be any red-billed queleas in your neighborhood, but that's not because there aren't an abundance of them. These birds, which live in sub-Saharan Africa, are considered agricultural pests because their massive flocks can obliterate entire crops. Although their numbers fluctuate, there are around 1 to 10 billion queleas, which leads scientists to believe that there are more of them than any other bird on Earth. According to Autumn, there's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. As of 2021, the overall human population is estimated to be more than 7.8 billion people. And if you want to watch that increase in real time, you can tune in to the World Population Clock, which shows the upticks and downticks as babies are born and people die. You can also see the current populations of different countries. More people speak Mandarin Chinese than any other language. With around 950 million native speakers and an additional 200 million people speaking Mandarin Chinese as a second language, it's the most widely spoken language in the world. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. During his lifetime between 1162 and 1227, Genghis Khan fathered countless children. And while we may never know exactly how many offspring the leader of the Mongol Empire had, scientists now believe that around 1 in every 200 men, aka 16 million people, are direct descendants of his. Copenhagen is the most bike-friendly city in the world. Many cities around the world are trying to figure out how to accommodate cyclists and encourage more residents to use the environmentally friendly mode of transportation. That's why Copenhagen has become such a role model. According to Wired, it's the most bike-friendly city in the world. There are 41 countries that recognize sign language as an official language. There are estimated to be 72 million deaf people around the world. There are also about 300 different sign languages, including American Sign Language and International Sign Language, as well as 41 countries that recognize them as an official language. The global adult literacy rate is around 86%. With each generation that passes, more and more people are learning how to read, according to UNESCO. These days, around 86% of adults around the world are able to enjoy a book on their own. UNESCO also explained that their data shows remarkable improvement among youth in terms of reading and writing skills and a steady reduction in gender gaps. Facebook has more users than the population of the US, China, and Brazil combined. Do you use Facebook? If you don't, you're among a number that gets increasingly smaller every day. In fact, 2 billion active users have an account on the social media platform, which is more than the population of the United States, China, and Brazil combined. Facebook's co-founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg posted about the milestone, saying, "We're making progress connecting the world, and now let's bring the world closer together." There were only 2 countries with names that begin with the. You might find yourself saying that before various countries and place names when referring to them, thanks to grammar and common pronunciation, which is why we say the United States or the Maldives. However, only the Gambia and the Bahamas formally include the in their names. All the ants on Earth weigh about as much as all the humans. The total population of people who are alive on Earth hasn't even hit 8 billion. At the same time, there are 10 quadrillion individual ants crawling around at any given time. According to wildlife presenter Chris Packham, who appeared on the BBC in 2014 to discuss this, when combined, all of those ants would weigh about the same as all of us humans. The oceans contain almost 200,000 different viruses. The next time you feel like taking a dip in the big blue ocean, you might not want to think about the fact that the seemingly pristine water is home to almost 200,000 different kinds of viruses. While this may sound scary, Matthew Sullivan, a microbiologist at The Ohio State University, told CNN, having that roadmap of what viruses exist helps us do a lot of the things we'd be interested in to better understand the ocean and, I hate to say it, but maybe to have to engineer the ocean at some point to combat climate change. New Zealanders have more pets per household than any other country. People who live in New Zealand seem to love having at least one animal companion around. That's why 68% of households in the country have a pet, which is more than any other nation in the world. Americans also happen to love furry friends, which is why more than half of all U.S. homes have either a dog or cat. Tokyo is the world's largest city with 37 million inhabitants. Tokyo is a booming city, not only by Japanese standards, but also compared to cities around the world. With around 37 million people living in Tokyo, it's the world's largest city when it comes to population size, according to Reuters. The next largest city is Delhi, India, population 29 million, and Shanghai, China, population 26 million. Interpol was founded in 1914 when legal professionals from 24 countries got together to discuss catching fugitives. These days, Interpol, or the International Criminal Police Organization, may be well known for tracking down outlaws around the world. But the group dates all the way back to 1914 when the International Criminal Police Congress was held in Monaco. That meeting saw police and judicial representatives from 24 countries get together with the goal of improving contacts between police forces in different countries in order to increase the effectiveness of international investigations. Nearly 2 people die each second. While 4 babies are born on Earth every second, it's estimated that around 2 people pass away at the same time. That means that 105 people die each minute, 6,316 people die each hour, 151,600 people die each day, and 55.3 million people die each year. Sorry, folks, not all interesting facts are fun. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.